Hey folks, welcome back to another video. So today we are going to add a new feature to our website, which is a language translation feature. And I am going to use here i18next library, which is a popular library for translating uh, website. We can use here API, and so there are two methods used by using API, and the second method is which is offline. So we are going to use, means here offline is here that all the configurations like which text to be converted into which language, all the things we are going to do by self. Yesterday I wrote a blog on this topic, so here is the blog. You can see here is a table of content. You can visit this. It's very amazing because if you don't watch this video, you can do it by this blog only. So it has power. So let's get a start. Here you can see this is the example of this is my previous project. I added this feature to this project, and here is the image of that. So the first step is to create setting up environment. So we are going to use here React application. So let's start by creating this application. So here I'm going to create a new folder, and in this new folder let's open terminal. So I named it translate to this application. So it's asking for this. Okay, let's give him time to install. Now guys, as you can see here, we done with creating a application, React application. Now what we have to do is, so firstly we are going to open VS Code, this folder in VS Code for coding. And now let's start with coding. So for using library i18next, we are going to install this library. So open terminal here and paste it. Few more dependencies and libraries you have to install here. So let's get started with this. Since we are done with creating an application and installation of library, here we are going to create two components. The first one is drop down menu. So the second one I'm creating for explaining you all how to use these two different components. So that's why I take this component in app.js file. We copy this little amount of content so that I can teach you. Now in lang selector.js, so the first component is lang selector.js for choosing a language. So here in src folder, create new folder called components. In components, the first component is lang selector.js. In lang selector.js, we copy this code and we'll paste here. And the second component, react key.js. So firstly I will save and then create new component called react key.js. Now paste here, copy and paste. Then create i18n.js file. So you can name this file and this will lie under src folder. So let's create i18n.js. so I did mistake here. Now copy this and paste here. Here guys, don't think about what the code is because it's like a compulsory to write, so you have to write it. And then here you can see in whitelist, this is we pass the languages code here, language codes. So you, like in lang selector.js, the languages you wrote, you have to write the code name here. In whitelist, in i18n.js, you have to write that. Like if I add one more language, like here I'm writing French, so the code is fr, then I have to paste this in this also. Here you can see RFR. So this is for French, and in this fallback language you can add any language. Like we uh, like the default we use is English. Since we're done with i18.js file, now I have to import this into index.js to use this file. So in index.js have to import, here you can see. So I done with importing the file. Now passing drop down menu value. So we're done with creating selector.js. Now so I will comment here because it's going to be very long video and I don't want to do this, so I will remove this. Now in line selector.js, to use this component we are going to add here this on change attribute to take value from the select tag. So I will copy from this and will paste here. Now you can see that props are not defined, so we have to add props to this, and we are done with lang selector.js. Now move to app.js. In app.js you can see the code, so I will explain all here. Now the first step is the we as we done with lang selector.js, so we have to take value from lang selector.js. Now this will pass here props set lang is a function. Set lang is a function which is taking read.target.value, the current value from the select tag, and will uh, send to the parent component. This is a child component lang selector.js, and we will pass this to app.js, which is a parent component. In this parent component we gonna define here, you can see set lang in lang selector. Since we did not import it yet all the components, so first we have to import it. Like here I'm going to import lang selector.js. So the easy way is to copy and paste, so here, and then lang selector.js. Also I will import react key.js. In react key.js will copy and then here paste. Set lang is a set lang, but here set lang is not defined, so it is a function. So I will copy this code and will paste here. This is a set lang function. In set lang function we are passing the data. Now we are going to see here it's working or not. For that I will run npm run start and we'll check here is this working or not. So here let's check this in localhost 3000. Oh, we're done with, we have some problems here, can't resolve dot component dot react key dot js. Oh, here you can see that this name is react keys and here it is react key only, so I have to add this. Now it's working fine. Now let's see it the values are passing or not. For that in console we will check here and let's select any language. So fine, it's working right now, so we are good to go. So the next step is to add this use effect. This is very important, so let's firstly import this. So you have to import to use this in use effect. In use effect, so this is a function, I will explain all, don't worry. So in I did no, I have to not do here. In app.js, in app.js use effect. Copy paste work is very easy. So now here you can see that i18 next is not defined, so I have to import that also. So import from here to here. Now import i18. Now here you can see that we defined setlang function, and in this we check that data is passing or not. So here you can see that local storage dot set item, we defined local storage to store language, so that whenever users visit the website, they don't have to select the language again. So for that I added this here. And the second is window dot location dot reload. So this will reload the whole website. After that, in use effect, you can see that when, let me show you first, and window dot reload. So I just commented this window dot location so that it will not reload. Here you can see in application session storage, local storage, open this. Now you can see that language is storing here, and we can change. So is now you can see that this is working. Now we will come with, now moving forward, here you can see use effect. Now use effect, in use effect, firstly we are going to fetch data from local storage, and then in i18next dot change language equals to here lang. So we are passing the data from local storage to change language function. This will change the language. Here you can see uh, the new error occurs. Cannot read properties of undefined reading language. I think if I do this and save, so this is not working because we doesn't define the the translation of that, and also which text to translate. So for that, what I will do here, uh, we gonna import use translation. This is we are going to use for translating text. Here you can see const t equals to use translation, then paste it here. And after that, here you can see this in, so you have to wrap every text in t. Now you have to wrap every text into t. Here you can see I am doing that. So like that you have to do for every text. Now in this, it's very easy to do. So you have to do for all the text, for each and every text you have to do. Then let's see. So now this you have to do with react key.js. In react key.js, do this again. Now have to wrap each and every text into t function. So here, since we did not define here, so this is showing me error. We will do very soon. Now you can see that t is not defined. So to use this t, here you can see that I did react key.js. In react key.js, you have to import use translation only, and have to did not add this now in react-key.js you did not have to import i18next.js. This is used for changing the language, and this will and use translation will translate languages. Have to select it now. Import this use translation. Import. Oh, I copied. Now here paste, and then it's very easy task to do. Now it's very important. So here is the folder structure. You can see the folder structure. This is for a person who is not watching the video. In adding JSON to translation.json, creating language translation file. So this is a very crucial step. Here you have to create a locals folder in public. In this folder all the languages will store, and with that there is each and every uh, folder translation.json file will include. Like here in folder structure you can see in public locals is a folder. In locals folder all the languages with code name is there, en translation.js, and then hindi in hindi translation.js, Russian with Russian translation.js. Let's do this. In public folder create new folder named locals. In locals the first we will do with English. New folder en is the code name for English, and then in en translation.js. So here it is very important to write translation.js, translation.json. Now copy this code and paste here. Okay, it's working right now. So let's do with Hindi. So it's very easy to do. Now open chat gpt. So you firstly I will tell you what is this, why we so for each and every text we have to translate it. Now this file is English, so the key and the value will same here. This is a paragraph in app.js, you can see. So it's like a, so here you can see this is a paragraph, and the value is also the same paragraph because it's a English, because it is English file. The all the keys and the values are same. Now for Hindi I will create a new folder Hindi, and in Hindi create new file called translation.json. So translation.json is very important. So write the name of this file same as I am writing here. In translation.json in Hindi, what you have to do is cannot read of undefined for each. What is, oh, so in Hindi, let's do it for Hindi. Now the task is very easy. Here guys, remember that you have to do for this components also. React keys.js, here the values that are passing, like this is a paragraph react js keys. So in English you have to write this. Here you can see react g keys, and this is a key and this is the value. And the same thing is for this all these paragraphs. Here you can see these all are the paragraphs and the value is also the same. Now for Hindi you have to go chat gpt, then copy this code like I wrote in this blog. Now for each language have to write translation.js. The most effective way to do this is to use chat gpt. Once you did for English, now ask chat gpt to convert to another language. Like here I wrote this text. You can copy this text here. the translate the key Hindi. uh, so copy this and paste in chat gpt. Now, so which file which JSON file we have to convert? For that we are going to copy this and will paste here. Now see the result. Here you can see, uh, now through ChatGPT it's very easy to do. Here you can see that they the ChatGPT has not done the whole JSON file. For that I will write do the remaining part. So now you can see ChatGPT started doing the remaining part. Now you have to copy this JSON and paste it here, and here you can see that it's showing me red lines. It's obvious that it's not a complete file. Now you can see that, okay, now this file is ready. Let's see it's working or not. In React app english.js, as we already in English, so nothing work. In Hindi, so you will need to pass in an i18 instance by using init react 18. Okay, I got my mistake. What we are doing right now, uh, we commented this i18next dot change language. So now we get this error, type cannot treat properties of undefined reading language. Oh, what we are doing here, what the mistake I was doing is I didn't save this index.js file, and that's why it's not working. So a lot of little mistakes happened while coding. So here you can see this is working fine and we are good to go with the Russian language. Uh, though so the step is same. You have to tell that now translate this JSON file to Russian. Here you can see this is working. So now copy this also like similar way. In locals, create folder for that. Ru in ru translation.json, translation.json. In translation.json, so you guys so here you can see that the whole JSON file I get. Now copy this. After copying, paste it here. Now ready, we are ready to use this. Now you can see here this is in Hindi. Let's do it in Russian. It's working. So it's very easy. So guys, this is working fine. So this is all about this video and I hope you learned a lot. And here is the intuition that how it is working. Like we don't define the path of the locals folder, and after that it's working very absolutely right. So the reason is that the default path is set and the default folder name is also locals, and in this all the folder all the languages are stored. So this is the reason, and here is the conclusion that it's a very easy to use and install. The complex part is to write the JSON for each language. I will show you the one example of that. uh, Recently I created one project, and in that I added this feature. Here you can see, open with code, client. In client, here you can see that this is the folder structure, and this I added locals. In locals, all the languages, and here is the very difficult part, writing each translation. Like here I added, this is a complete website, and there are many uh, keys and value. We have to add this for, in the same way I did for the Hindi, and then I did for the translation, Russian. So many languages I added here. And also in this, you can see that in src folder I did for all the pages. Oh, in this I did not add it. Like here you can see that this is the in component folder I added each and every text. Let me show you the 5173. This is the full website. This is the, and now here you can see for Hindi I did this, and for French I did this, and in the same way for all the languages you have to do. It's very easy to do, but it's very hard because writing JSON file is a very time taking process. So I hope guys you like this video, and if you like, then please hit the subscribe button. Also visit to my blog for understanding in very better way. Also there is a folder structure you can see here. Subscribe and follow me on hashnode on Twitter, and if you have any problem, you can share with me on LinkedIn and Twitter. So I will see you next time.